Hello, in this video we will be going over the origin, insertion, and actions of the Teres Major. On our skeleton, it's well labeled, Teres Major. It's one part, but it's broken up into two things as far as it's categorized. The inferior angle of the scapula, and then as you go along the lateral border of the scapula, the bottom third is where we're going to have the origin of the Teres Major. So the inferior angle, and then this lateral border, lower 1/3 of the lateral border of the scapula is where it begins. And then the Teres Major is going to pass through the ribs and the humerus, medial to the humerus, and it's going to attach to the crest of the lesser tubercle. So to review, origin for Teres Major, inferior angle of the scapula, lower 1/3 of the lateral border. From there, the muscle fibers will pass in between the ribs, lateral to the ribs, medial to the humerus, and wrap around to the crest of the lesser tubercle of the humerus. And now I will show you the three motions of the Teres Major and the latissimus dorsi. Okay, we're going to go over the three actions of the latissimus dorsi and the Teres Major. Starting in anatomical position, speaking of the glenohumeral joint, where the glenoid fossa of the scapula and the head of the humerus meet, the glenohumeral joint. The latissimus dorsi and Teres Major will both work with extension of the glenohumeral joint, so bringing it back in the sagittal plane. Adducting the glenohumeral joint, moving in the frontal plane towards the midline. And medial rotation. Medial rotation. This is of the shoulder. Now, for clarification purposes, what we are not talking about is pronation and supination. So you notice my shoulder is not moving when I pronate or supinate. So instead, what we're talking about is medial rotation of the glenohumeral joint or the shoulder. Medial rotation. And just to demonstrate, medial rotation. This isn't from the anatomical position, but it'll help. I'm going medially. Okay. Now when we put all of them together, we'll learn why the latissimus dorsi is known as the handcuff muscle, because we will extend, medially rotate, and adduct, and our hands are on the small of our back, ready to be handcuffed. Now the Teres Major does the exact same thing. Extension, medial rotation, adduction. It just assists the latissimus dorsi. I hope this video was informative and helps you study.